Rome is usually taught as a straight line: kingdom, republic, empire, collapse. But that story's wrong. In this video, you're going to see how Rome was built on violence, how it conquered without calling itself an empire, why its own success broke the republic, and how Rome fell without actually disappearing. By the end, you'll understand not just what happened, but why Rome survived longer than any ancient civilization ever should have. Rome collapsed. But here's the strange part. Most Romans didn't notice. There was no single battle, no final scream, no moment where the world clearly ended. Instead, Rome died slowly, while still breathing. To understand how the greatest civilization of the ancient world rose, and why it refused to disappear, we need to follow not just events, but the mindset that kept Rome alive far longer than it should have been. And once you see it, you'll realize Rome didn't fail the way you think it did. Rome begins with a murder. According to legend, twin brothers, Romulus and Remus, were abandoned as infants, raised by a wolf, and destined to build a city together. They didn't. Romulus killed Remus and founded Rome in 753 BC. That story mattered deeply to Romans, not because it was true, but because it explained who they were. Rome believed violence creates order. Outsiders can become rulers. Power belongs to those who take it. Rome was not born noble. It was born dangerous. And that mindset shaped everything that followed. For its first centuries, Rome had kings. But the last king, Tarquinius Superbus, ruled like a tyrant, arrogant, violent, unchecked. In 509 BC, the Romans expelled him and made a sacred promise. Rome would never kneel to a king again. Instead, they created something radical: the Republic. Power was split on purpose. 2 consuls, so no one ruled alone; a Senate to slow decisions, citizen assemblies to give legitimacy. This system was messy, slow, frustrating. But that was the point. Rome believed slow power was safer than absolute power. That belief would later save and destroy the Republic. Rome never said it wanted an empire. Every war they claimed was defensive, even when Rome struck first. This psychological trick mattered. It allowed Rome to expand without seeing itself as aggressive. City by city, alliance by alliance, Rome absorbed Italy. Then came the enemy that almost ended everything: Carthage. During the Punic Wars, Hannibal crossed the Alps with elephants and annihilated Roman armies. At the Battle of Cannae, Rome lost tens of thousands of soldiers in a single day. Any other civilization would have surrendered. Rome didn't. Instead, it did something terrifyingly effective. Rome's greatest weapon wasn't strategy, or technology, or even discipline. It was a refusal to quit. Rome absorbed losses, raised new armies, learned from failure, and kept fighting. Eventually, under Scipio Africanus, Rome defeated Hannibal. Carthage was later erased, salted, burned, erased from history. Rome learned a fatal lesson: if you endure long enough, you win. That belief would later turn inward. Conquest brought wealth, but not fairness. Land accumulated in elite hands. Soldiers returned home to nothing. Politics turned violent. The Gracchi brothers tried land reform. Both were beaten to death by senators. This was new. For the first time, Romans learned that violence could solve political problems. From that moment on, the Republic was living on borrowed time. Generals replaced laws. Armies followed men, not the state. Civil wars became normal. Rome still called itself a republic, but it no longer acted like one. Julius Caesar didn't break the Republic. He exposed it. He bribed the elections, ignored vetoes, conquered Gaul for personal glory. Then he crossed the Rubicon River with his army, an illegal act that meant civil war. When Caesar won, he didn't destroy Rome. He stabilized it, reformed it, centralized power. Many Romans loved him. That terrified the Senate. So in 44 BC, they stabbed him 23 times. They believed they had saved the Republic. They had guaranteed its death. Caesar's heir, Octavian, learned the real lesson. Romans hated kings, but accepted control if it looked familiar. After defeating all rivals, including Mark Antony and Cleopatra, Octavian became Augustus. He didn't call himself king. He called himself princeps, first citizen. The Senate still existed. Elections still happened. The Republic still lived. But Augustus controlled the army, the treasury, the provinces. It was absolute power disguised as tradition. Romans accepted it because it ended the chaos. Peace felt better than freedom. Thus began the Roman Empire. Rome wasn't built on constant war. It was built on systems. Roads connected continents. Aqueducts fed cities. Law unified cultures. Trade moved faster than ever before. But this prosperity had a cost. Slavery supported everything. Rebellions were crushed. Borders were defended relentlessly. Rome was not gentle. It was efficient. And efficiency kept it alive. By the 3rd century AD, Rome nearly collapsed. Emperors were assassinated. Currency collapsed. Plagues spread. Borders fell. The empire fractured. Yet again, Rome adapted. Power was reorganized. The empire was divided. Stability replaced tradition. Rome survived by abandoning what it used to be. In 476 AD, the last Western Roman emperor was removed. Most Romans didn't notice. Life continued. Laws remained. Rome lived on, in Constantinople, in the church, in language, in law. Rome didn't collapse, it transformed. And that is Rome's true legacy. Not conquest, not emperors, but the ability to change again and again, long after others would have vanished. Rome didn't last because it was perfect. It lasted because it adapted when everything broke. Kings were replaced by a republic. The republic gave way to emperors. And when the empire could no longer hold together, Rome reshaped itself again into laws, institutions, and ideas that still shape the world today. Rome didn't disappear. It changed form. And once you understand that, you start seeing Rome everywhere. If you want more deep dive history explained this way, this channel is built for that. So hit that subscribe button, leave a like and share it, and also don't forget to drop a comment on what type similar history video you want to see next. See you until then.